So push and pull is very important. Push and pull, because the push creates the space and the pull adds to the power of the knee. But while you're doing this, he's also going to be pummeling in. In other words, he's going to bring his arm in, and I'm going to bring my arm in, and we're going to do this. And so what's going to happen is, a lot of times, while we're doing this, we're going to get hip to hip, because then it's hard for me, right? Take it down a little bit so that I can teach instead of grappling, right? But again, here, even though I have the grip, I can't necessarily knee. And I can't necessarily get that, because he's going to be pummeling as I do that. Exactly. So, I did this, right? All these monkey arms. What I'm doing is I'm controlling at the elbow and my hands on the back of these triceps. So for example, here it's hard for him to hit me, right? Because my elbows are down and in. And I can turn him like a big steering wheel, or like a bus steering wheel, right? But one of the easiest things to do is it's not just a turn, but step. Same thing we were just doing, right? How were we dragging? Once we had the 2-on-1, you were stepping and pulling. Step and pull, but now you're going to turn him as you do that. That usually sets up a knee, because maybe he's smart and he brings his hip in, right? It's hard to knee somebody here, right? There's no room. Everybody see what I mean? There's no room. That's a good defense. So I step back. That creates room. But if I turn him and he's off balance, boom. Comes in. So I can't knee. So it's not just going back. It's going back and turning. And you see how that off balance is? It sets up the knee. Step in. If my hip is in, one of the things I can do is spin them. So from where the camera is and where I am, for example, I can take my rear, which is my right, step and turn. And because that creates unbalancing, then I can come with the knee. So for example, here I can't just knee, right? Even if I switch, I can't knee. But when I step and turn, that creates a room for me. Now, obviously, I can do it with my left leg. It's that V thing, right, which you see over and over again. I'm not going to step in because it's not helping me. I'm stepping here, turning, and then the leg that is stepping is the knee. What I did with the right, then I turn to the left, and then I knee with the right. So if I step with the right, turn, knee with the right. If I step with the left, turn, knee with the left. If I step with the left, turn, knee with the left. And it doesn't matter which grips I have, right? Because I actually did this one, and I did both sides, right? But the idea is that my best defense against knee is just to be here, because you can't knee me, right? So, but if you spin me, see, I'm off balance for that second. So one of the things I said was, once you understand the concepts, they reappear, and then there's variations on it, but they're all in the same group. Right now I'm doing all four. So remember, I'm trying to get on the inside grip that I have a lot of control. This is the one with a lot of control. And this by itself is control, right? I'm not really spinning them equal distance. I'm pulling one down and lifting the other. Right? And when I'm stepping, I'm making it fall forward. Now remember, whenever you lose balance, as human beings, we try to step to catch up with ourselves. Right? So one of the things I can do is, as I'm unbalancing him, catch his leg. Right? So that he can't do that step. So if I'm taking this way, right? Now as I'm taking him, and as he tries to step, I am putting the inside curve, inside arch of my foot on this shin right above the heel. Now, let's say I miss this one, steps. You're still going to be off balance. And the general formula is sweep, knee, knee, sweep, knee, sweep. If you do a knee, it doesn't work, you sweep it. If you do a sweep, it doesn't work, you knee. Right? If you do those combined, you'll be very effective as a coach trainer. So, in other words, if I do this, and he's a little off balance, well, he's definitely not going to be able to fight the knee. And if when I tried to do the knee, maybe he blocked by coming in. Boom. Understand? Right now, though, you're just doing exactly what you were doing, which is twisting him and pulling him, but then block. Either the leg that's close to you or the leg that's for you, whichever one you can touch. Don't call it yourself. We were doing the spin, step, turn, and sometimes if people have good balance and they know what's going on, it becomes like a dance. In other words, I'm here, right? And when I step and I turn, he's going to step and turn, and then I didn't get anything out of it, right? I step and turn, he steps and turns, or he just fights it. So another thing that I can do is called thigh sweep transformation, which is I step, but instead of just turning, if I'm stepping with my right, then I'm going to sweep his thigh with my left knee. And then that'll be me. So it's right, left, right. Right, left, right. Be nice. Will not be nice?
I was trying to see if I could move while you did it, but I was fighting the fall.
I did that. Right? And if I do it the other way, left, sweep with the right. Okay? You're taking a step to then knee. Now you can do it with a judo sweep also, you're like arch sweep. I don't like that. I'd rather just knee with the thigh. I think it's more effective. My opinion. Right? Here. Right? Just by knee the inside of the thigh. Step. Boom. Boom. This is always be. If I go here. Boom. Right? If I step with my right, left thigh sweep, right knee. If I step with my right, left thigh sweep, right knee. If I step with my left, right thigh sweep, left knee. If I step with my left, left sweep with the right,